Hi, welcome to the satellite communication course. We have completed it 4 module earlier, and before MSc, if you see that we have completed these 3 modules, and again one more model we have seen, that model 5, that is Earth Station Technology, that we have finished. Now we have 2 module remaining, that is multiple access and the satellite navigation GPS system, that is 4 and 6. We need to take on 6 plus 6, total 12 lectures need to complete the syllabus. Now we need to refer these particular books. Already we have discussed the same in the course and all. We have discussed what are the COs and course objectives for this given particular course. Now our model 4, that is the satellite multiple access technique. In the satellite multiple access technique, you need to refer the videos I have shared to you, that is YouTube video link that I have shared to you on Google Classroom as well as on the Moodle. You use the same, that will be helpful to complete this particular module as well as whatever the notes we are having and this particular PPT you can refer for this particular course. Now what we will learn here in this particular model, we learn that multiple access of satellite transponder with a different means. Generally what happen, we use a transmission system, so to need a sharing and all, so we require a transmission system there sharing, so we require a multiple channels there. We need to learn about what are the various multiple channel system, that is TDMA, FDMA, CDMA, both the things we learn in this particular model there. We try to learn about what do you mean by the multiple access there. Generally in a communication we are having a more number of channels, or we can say that a number of channels to be communicate or link to the number of people. Okay, so that's why we can have a multiple access or a multiple terminal there. So in the case of a satellite, we can say that a satellite terminals and all. In a networking, this is a different, so we can have a different users and they are connected with a different purpose or different means there. So we know that we are having the right now lot of techniques available to connect through the network and all. Now in a satellite communication channel, how it is connected there, it's just like we are having the sharing the information to the different users, or we are having using a different medium. So we can have a multiple access technique, 3 types here, which we learn, that is a FDMA, TDMA and a CDMA. And for a transponder, we are having in a satellite, so we can consider that is about a space division multiplexing access. Now if you see here, so what for a FDMA and a TDMA, what the thing, what exactly the channel sharing is occur. In a frequency division, okay, we are having the bandwidth, we can divide the bandwidth for sharing or for a multiple access and all. In a TDMA, we can divide the time and we can use. For a code division, we are having a particular code for the given particular channels and all. So according to that, we are having that multiple access or multiple channels possible in this particular technique there. Now consider that a dimension of a channel. So channel can be termed in terms of frequency, in terms of a output, that is a maximum power, or in terms of a time there. So now these are about a dimension diagram. If you consider that FDMA means we can share, that is about the bandwidth. We can share the time in terms of a time division multiple access system. We can share, that is about the in terms of a CDMA technique there. So we can have FDMA. In FDMA, we are having fixed time, but we can share the bandwidth and a power. We can transmit all the time. Okay, so that's why we are having a frequency division multiplexing access technique. But if we consider that a time division, we can share a particular period of a time for a given particular channel and use a full bandwidth and a power. But if you consider that FDMA, full bandwidth is not used, share the bandwidth with the different channels, but we can utilize a time there for all the time. In a TDMA, or we can use a full bandwidth, but we can share the time here. That is about the difference between that FDMA and TDMA. Now, in consider the CDMA, we can share the power for the given particular channels and all, and use a full bandwidth and a whatever the time we are having. Now, in the case of a multiple access technique, we can have a frequency region multiple access techniques. So, in which we will learn that a multiple channel per carrier transmission system. This one is a simple example for the frequency region multiplexing. So now in this case, if you see that, so we can have a radio channel or whatever we are having input, it has having a certain bandwidth or a frequency spectrum there. Now when we use that channels, if it is a analog channels, we can go for the carrier, that is FDM or FM FDMA there. If we are having that a digital system, so you can use it PCM, TDM, PSK or FDMA for the digital carrier. We are having the channel information, it can be of analog and digital, so that we can say that multi-channel per carrier transmission system. Here is a simple example we are having. If you see that we are having that voice channels, we use a frequency region multiplexing here. We can use a frequency modulator. For the satellite, we can use a up converter, and then we can transmit. We are getting the RF carrier there. But in the case of single channel per carrier, it's same whether we are having information of analog or a digital. It's same, we can go ahead with the frequency region multiplexing and all. Now the channel signals having a certain limit regarding the bandwidth and all, but the full spectrum is a different for a given particular communication. So for example, if you consider that here we are having, in this particular example, we are having a total spectrum allocated for your system. This one is about a frequency division multiplexing a radio broadcast. These are about a total spectrum allocated there. But if you see that this, even if that bandwidth is allocated there, for each and every channel, they are having you can say that it is having the different carrier frequency, and these are the, here we are having the FC1, FC2, these are about the multiple channel, and each channels are separated by the del F, okay, del F frequency there. Now the available bandwidth of each channel divided between the multiple users. These are about the total spectrum allocated. Available bandwidth is divided into this FC1, FC2 is for the multiple channels there, and this method of sharing is called as a FDMA there. Now we can see that here we are having a number of channels. Okay, we are having divided in a allocated spectrum or allocated bandwidth, and in a satellite, if you consider the satellite, the bandwidth and power handling capability of whatever we are having, the amplifier is different, and according to the handling capability of your transponder, so we can use a upper limit of a power while we transmitting. If you see that here we are saying that we are having the voice channels, we are using FDMA, we convert this, then this one is about your RF carrier, and then we can consider while using different channels and all, we can have a upper limit on what, a power and a bandwidth of the signal. Okay, so in FDMA we are using sharing the bandwidth, or we can say that sharing the bandwidth, or we can have a total spectrum allocated there, and we can say that we are sharing the total spectrum and the power for this transmission there. Okay, now we can consider that here we are having a transponder for a satellite transponder. Bandwidth utilization is satellite FDMA system. This one is about your available bandwidth in a transponder. We say that we are having the different channels F1, F2, it are having the separate bandwidth and all. Okay, in this particular figure, we are having the 4 carrier there. They are sharing the different bandwidth, Okay, bandwidth 1, bandwidth 2, bandwidth 3, and a bandwidth 4 there. And if you consider that the usual bandwidth we are having is associated with a carrier. This one is about the usable bandwidth for the particular carrier there, and they are separated. Okay, so you can say these are the portions we can have a guard band. If you can say that a gap we are having in a successive signal spectra we are having, and that gap is called as we are having that guard band. And that guard band here, if you see that it is a shaded one, if you see in this particular figure, it looks like a shaded one. Now we need, okay, to why this guard band is used? To avoid whatever we are having, the overlapping of a channels here. So that's why we are using a adjacent channels will not be overlapped, so that's why we can have use a guard band between this particular channel there. Now, so we can have if simple separate channels. So for each and every channel we are having, if we need to separate the channels, we need a band limiting filters in the transmitter. Okay, so now these are about your available transponder bandwidth, and we can consider that, okay, if we are going to use, okay, so complete whole particular system, so we need to use a guard band and all. Okay, so that is nothing but a drawback of a system. So whole bandwidth is not utilized because we are having the wastage of a bandwidth using this particular guard band. Different channels, we are having the different carrier frequency, they are having the different guard band set. That's why we can have, we say that there will be a loss of what, a bandwidth there. So now this is about a FDMA system. So we can consider that this particular FDMA system, whether we are having a analog or a digital transmission, so according to that we can consider that a FDMA FM FDMA system, or we can go for the digital PCM PSK or a FDMA system there using a PSK modulating carrier. Now we can find out what will be the capacity in case of what we are having the bandwidth limited case. Assume the equal number of bandwidth per channel, the total number of carriers. You can find out using that total bandwidth and total guard band, and what will be the carrier bandwidth for the given particular system. But here we are having that equal bandwidth per the channel. If the bandwidth is not equal for each and every channel, means earlier example, if you see that bandwidth 1, bandwidth 2 here, so then this will be, okay, this equation will be different. Okay, the number of carriers and all we can calculate, and that will be a different for those all the particular thing. Now we are having learned that we are having that when we say that we transmit the system there, transmit the signal, we are having the limitations for the power and what we can say that a frequency there, because up conversions we can use, we are having the limitations of how much is the power to be transmitted there. So now in a transmitter system, so we are combining different channels and we are transmitting, okay, and we are using a different amplifier. Even if it is an earth station, so we are having the different power amplifier, and if it is in a transponder, we are having that solid state power amplifier, or we are having a TWT, it is fixed in a satellite, that is SSPA, solid state power amplifier, and a traveling wave tube amplifier used. Now in the case of amplifier, they are having the limitations for what, a power handling there. So how much is the power output, maximum power output from the amplifier, okay, and we are having here the output of a power amplifier. In the case of a saturation case, we are having in a saturation mode, okay, so that we need to be considered. Now this curve is showing about that output power of an amplifier operating in a point and amplifier saturation point here, and this one where we are having a transponder input and a output backup power. Okay, so we can consider that both the thing here, what will be the transponder input power, okay, we are having, and what will be the transponder, okay, output power. in this case we are having that maximum power